got something a little bit different for you today. We're going to do Andy Robertson in quotes. How does that sound?
As long as they're positive, I think it'll be okay, yeah.
They're all positive. 5 quotes, all about you. So
Okay.
your job is to just give us a little bit of background. Crucially, tell us who you think said it. And then we'll perhaps learn a little bit more, as I say, a little bit of background once you've done guessing, okay?
Not a problem, yeah.
Right, quote 1. It's an easy start. If you don't get this, we're in trouble. I know when people say that I'm some sort of Cinderella man, it is meant as a compliment. I appreciate that, but to be honest, it doesn't feel like one, because it isn't true. No magic wands have been waved in my direction. I didn't win some kind of lottery to land a spot on one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah, that was me. That was, yeah, start off easy. Yeah, I suppose, that was a quote I done. I think it was before the Champions League final. I just don't want people looking on my stories if it's a fairy tale or whatever, because, people can achieve it. Yeah, it's been a great story, and one I look back on with, great memories. And there was luck along the way, of course it was, but, I dedicated my life to football. I still do. But, I wanted to become a footballer so badly that, I wasn't letting anything get in my way. And football and life in general is all about setbacks, and it's about how you deal with them. And, I believe any setback that I got in football, I dealt with pretty well, and I took it in my stride, and I tried to make, a positive out of a negative situation. And I suppose that's why, my mentality and stuff towards it's, pretty good.
The background to the next quote is that this is a certain someone describing a game between Hibernian and Dundee United in 2014, a game you obviously played in. Okay.
Yep.
I think I left after 25 minutes. I'd watched Robbo before, away to Kilmarnock, and he'd stood out by a mile. So I went again, and I was gone by half-time to ring Steve Bruce. Are you sure, he said. Of course I'm sure. And that was that.
That was Steve Bruce's head of scouting, Stan Tennant. I remember it because I remember Stan never really. He was sitting next to my agent in the game, and he never really said much. He closed the book. He closed his wee notepad after about 5 minutes, and I think he left before half time. And I remember I spoke to my agent after the game, and he says, "No, I don't think they're interested in you. I don't think they want you." He'd closed his book quite early, and he'd obviously left the game, so he must have not been happy with something, or that's what I took from it. Obviously, I met Stan for the first time the day I signed, and he was one of the big factors why I moved to Hull, because he gave me the confidence that I could play in the Premier League. He says, "I knew you were a Premier League footballer 5 minutes into that game." And to be honest, I look back in that game and I didn't really do much until I think I got an assist, maybe 85 minutes or so, but I didn't do much before it. But obviously what he's seen, and he thought that I was good enough to play for Hull in the Premier League, and I suppose he was right. And I'm grateful for Stan, and I'm grateful for Steve Bruce for giving me the opportunity.
They are fast, they are intense, they are physical, they are objective. They play 200 miles an hour with and without the ball. I'm still tired just looking at Robertson. He makes 100-metre sprints every minute. Absolutely incredible. And these are his qualities.
Jose Mourinho, after we played Manchester United at Anfield, for us it was an incredible performance that day. I remember that we were really good, and we dominated them, and our tactics were spot on. But for me, to go into any game, I think a lot of people touch on that. I run a lot, and I don't really give up and stuff. But that's something that you can always do. That's the way I look at it. There's going to be games that your touch isn't going to be good. There's going to be games that your crossing, passing, whatever it is, isn't going to be the best defending or whatever. But what you can control is you give 100% in every single game, and that's what I tried to do. Whether it's Queen's Park, whether it's Liverpool in the Champions League final, it's no different to me. I love playing football, and we get paid to be out in that pitch playing games against teams when it comes to a Saturday, and that's what I love doing, and that's why for the 90 minutes I believe that I can run until that last whistle's blown, and I'll always try and do that. For him to say that was, it did give me a lot of confidence as well.
Bit of a clue to this one is it's someone you know quite well now, but they're talking about a time before you knew each other when you were opponents, okay? I already thought that he's a very good player, and I think I said that to one of the scouting guys as well. He's just a great player. He works hard. You can trust him, and the connection I have with him is getting better every game.
Because it's the connection now, I would have said Virgil van Dijk, but I don't. He wouldn't have said the. Was it Virgil van Dijk?
Yeah.
Yes. Ah, okay then. Okay. What's that's because the last bit kind of gave it away. I've not heard that quote, so I better. Virgil gives me a lot of stick, so I'll give him a hug the next time we're allowed to do so.
Sounds like he recommended you to Celtic or back to Celtic when you came up against each other.
Okay, when we played at Dundee United. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, look, for Virgil to say that is, even back then is something that can make you smile about. Virgil's is the best defender in the world, and I love him being on the left hand side with me. Me and him have a good partnership off the pitch, and we have a good, we have a good friendship on and off the pitch, and we help each other out. The big guy's he's absolutely class in everything he does. He just carries himself so well on and off the pitch, and he's somebody that I think a lot of people look up to, and I'm one of them. Obviously, I loved him at Celtic as well, and I was delighted when he signed for Liverpool, and he's shown that the money spent was well worth it.
Last one. I'll give you half of this, and then you'll let me know if you need the rest. I don't think you will.
Okay.
I love the Scots. Have done since 1974. They were a lot of fun in the World Cup in West Germany. I was 7, and I liked them a lot. Do you need more?
Yeah, I think it's the gaffer. Yeah. I don't think I've heard that quote actually. What is the other half of that quote?
We could talk about the positive things with Robbo for hours. If you want to talk about the negatives, we'll have to finish now because there are none. Could he be more confident? Maybe yes, but when he's with us, he has that confidence, that belief. What he's not is the type of character who wakes up, looks in the mirror and says, "Look at me, I'm Andrew Robertson." He doesn't live like that. There's no arrogance to him, none at all. He's just a well-educated, well-brought-up boy, and he comes from Scotland, all of which is good enough for me.
Well, that's one of the quotes that I don't think I've heard that one, and but that's one that gets me. That's for a manager who I think is the best in the world at the minute. I know he's my manager, but for him to say that about me is, it's really nice, and that's what I tried to be. He's probably right. Could I have more confidence in my ability and myself? Yeah, I could. Something maybe I'm trying to work on and stuff. But he's a fantastic man. He's a fantastic manager, and for him to think, I think I've got negatives, but if he doesn't think so, then that's great. But I continue to try and improve every single day, and maybe he's not been in. Maybe he's not been watching my right foot shooting the other days recently. But look, these are things I always try and improve, and the quotes for him are amazing, and he likes the Scottish people. I know he does. He gets on really well with Kenny Dalglish as well, and things like that. He, when we go away on holiday, he doesn't understand us when we come back. He always tells me to slow down the first week of pre-season because I talk too quick once I've been around my family for too long. But look, he's I think I've said it before. He's the father figure of this training ground and this group of boys, and he's there for us in every way possible, whether it's on the pitch or off the pitch, and that's why we're so successful just now, down to him, and long may that continue.